Skedaddle, skedaddle,
Skedaddle, skedaddle.
Skitters.
My brain is a noodle. Hi guys, welcome to Uncannime. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a fun video.
Okay.
We haven't seen each other in a long time. During that time, I did a lot of reading.
Yep, you did.
I did do
A lot of reading.
Which means I'm going to give you access to my story graph, and you're going to ask me about the books I read.
Okay.
And I'm going to describe them to you.
You're going to describe them to me.
I am going to describe them
It's
to
Levi.
you.
Hi.
Ellie.
Hello.
Anyways, so just the ones that I read last month, 12 books.
Okay.
Last month. So.
I know exactly. Okay.
So you're going to see this, and this is how it's going to go. You're going to ask me, and I'm going to describe it to you. Okay?
Okay.
You pick any of the books you want from this list, okay? I'm going to describe it as horribly as possible.
Too much power. You're giving me too much power.
I'm excited about this. Anyways, here's a long list.
You want me to just go scroll,
Yep,
scroll,
through
stop?
it and decide.
Prisoner of Cell 25.
Michael Vey. I hated this book. I have the second book borrowed right now. It's about a boy named Michael Vey, and he's what we call the Messiah. He's
He's one of those
Messiah
self-righteous
syndrome, okay?
guys.
What happens is this boy, it almost reminds me of Onision a little bit, okay?
Of who?
Onision. Oh, you don't know who that is? Oh my god, I'm chronically online. Whew. I love that you don't know who that is. I'll show you later, and you're gonna hate me. And then I'm gonna have to put in a clip of your reaction to him. Okay, I'm having him look up.
You have to have the worst.
Do you recognize him?
Fucking... What's his fucking face? Shane Dawson!
He's not Shane Dawson.
He looks exactly like Shane Dawson.
He does not look like Shane Dawson. No, he doesn't. Okay, look.
James Jackson, known as professionally as... He looks just like Shane Dawson, though.
He does not look just like Shane Dawson. You disgust me.
Okay, continue.
Anyways, pretty much, Michael Vey is a young boy, and he's in middle school, high school. Let me see.
Okay.
And he has electric powers.
Electric powers. So he can zappy.
He can zap people. Here's the thing, though, is it's supposed to be super duper secret, because you'll never get this. The government is after him. Except it's not a government, it's a rich environment. Okay, Jeff Bezos is after him, okay? Essentially. Okay, the Jeff Bezos of this Jeffrey Bezos. Yeah,
You can do it. Okay, anyway.
Put your back
into it. So I can tell this. Look at what you came from. Look at you now. I was on the Bergens at the bucket.
I don't remember.
I don't
remember. It's been so long. That was existential crisis #1. Pretty much. So he meets this other girl. I think her name's Courtney or Caitlin. It's one of those names, and she's a cheerleader. Well, I got pissed off because Michael Vey has this thing about where he's being bullied.
Her name is Taylor.
Taylor. Oh, she has a sister, a twin sister, who she's never met before in her life, but when she gets kidnapped by Jeffrey Bezos, she's the exact same size and height and looks exactly like her, despite them never having seen each other before in their lives and being in completely different socioeconomic environments. So my #1 problem was, first off, there would definitely be a weight difference, for sure. Secondly, they both would have at least gotten some scars that differentiate them. The thing about Taylor is she can read minds.
Oh, so we got Zappy Boy and...
She can read minds and she can reset brains. And all this happened because this one, they're called the Elgin.
Oh my god. Up with the light today?
I don't know. Anyways, the Elgin, that's who the people are. That's Jeffrey Bezos' environment. Okay, don't look at it while I'm telling you about it. Anyways, they're like super rich, and they experimented on babies and killed a bunch of babies in California. Not just anywhere in California, Sacramento, California.
Sacramento, California.
I think it's Sacramento. It's somewhere near LA.
No offense to anybody who lives in Sacramento.
I used to live in California. That's why it's so funny.
Big oof.
Anyways, so they've been hunting them down by their unique signatures, their electrical signatures, because they experimented on one of the kids who can't see because he works like an electric fucking eel. And they experimented on him and made glasses based off of his power so that they can see when they use the power and who has the powers. There's a character literally named Zeus. He cannot bathe without electrocuting himself.
Oh, that's disgusting.
And then Taylor's sister can like reboot people's brains as well and control their emotions, which she has used to torture Michael.
Which one's Michael again?
Michael is main boy Messiah
Oh,
boy.
main boy Messiah.
The thing about Michael is he got pantsed at school. They tried to pants him, and so he electrocuted them. Well, he shocked them. Electrocution involves death. Anyways, and his mom's reaction was, "I'm so sorry that happened." So no. If someone was taking my child's pants off, like holding him down, taking his pants off,
I would be fighting somebody.
I would be.
There'd be some little bit of lawsuit. Yeah.
Anyways, Michael Vey has his best friend. His name's Austin, Ostin. His main gimmick is he is smart, overweight, and everyone doesn't remember his name.
That's just sad.
And that's just the gimmick over and over again. He's used as a butt of a lot of the jokes. I have a whole review I'm going to do on this book specifically. I'm not going to go too into it, but they do try to buy Taylor. The Stockholm Syndrome hits pretty hard.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Pulling Beauty and the Beast here?
No, not Beauty and the Beast.
Worse?
Beauty and the Beast is a completely different situation. Okay, let's get on to the next one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, also at one point Michael shocks an entire everyone on the bleachers because a boy was talking to Taylor.
Somebody's jealous.
Yeah, he got jealous, and she thought it was cute. And I'm like, that is toxic as hell.
That is not cute.
Okay, next
I
one.
would shock for you though. Caveman Alien Ransom.
Cavemen, Aliens, Ransom. Okay, I think it's Claire and Jackson.
Castilla Sky.
No, Claire and Jackson as the characters.
Oh.
I need you to look at the name.
It doesn't say.
It doesn't say. Anyways, I'm gonna say it's Claire. Claire and Jackson.
Jackson.
Oh, Sophia.
So
Because he goes, Sophia. I remember. Yeah, it's so Jackson is the alien. He is a caveman on an alien planet, and Sophia is this very smart, very sexy scientist lady.
what is going on with this?
And she's working with her team of ladies, and what happens is in the beginning they're working on this translation thing as their their college thesis, their research project, and it's failing miserably. It is failing miserably. So they get abducted by aliens. These aliens come, they tear the roof off of 1 million buildings, and they straight away, and they try to escape.
I want to be whooshed.
And so they try to escape, and it's great because she gets a Glock. Within the first 20 pages of the book, she gets a Glock. Oh, by the way, this is a 100-page book. Or 135 pages, something like that. It's a really
super short
book. It's called a novella. Anyways, it's the first in the series. Some complaints I have about it. It's misogynistic a lot because apparently being a slave is a good idea to the ladies. No. Having said that, the planet they are dropped on, they get dropped on this giant mound of land, and there's dinosaurs. I don't know if this reminds you of a certain Amazon movie.
Planet of the Dinosaurs?
Yes.
Ew!
It reminds me of
Awful movie.
Dinosaurs. It reminds me of that a lot. So another thing about that, Sophia falls into a river.
Okay.
And gets swept away into a cave of aphrodisiac water.
Processing.
She gets pulled out. She gets pulled out by Jackson, who stares at her while she's laying down. And he goes, "There are no women on this planet. but this looks like a woman.
A big strong man.
I must make sure this is a woman. This is a woman. Now I shall do the ritual that I am supposed to do, because I am now the chosen one. Have you noticed that there's a Messiah complex again?
You like books with Messiah complex, Mr.
No.
God complex?
No, I don't like them.
I'm joking.
But they're memorable. So she wakes up and she's like, oh, I'm so fuzzy in the brain and I feel so good. There's a reason for that.
Aphrodisiacs make you feel fuzzy in the brain and make you feel good. Cover your drinks. Oh, ew!
Yeah.
Realization. Ping.
Yeah. Anyways, so they're obviously the love interests. And so she tries to put Hamlet back. Don't whip Hamlet into this.
I need a comfort character.
It's Hamlet's almost 1 year birthday.
It is! This is Hamlet Prince of Otterton, but he's actually a meerkat, but who gives a crap?
Yeah, well.
Anyways, continue.
He was adopted. So, pretty much she's like, hey, Jackson, Jackson doesn't understand her, and she doesn't understand Jackson. But guess what's in her pocket? The translating device. But guess what she was in? She was in water. For some reason, it didn't get fried.
Waterproof your stuff.
And for some reason, the translator works perfectly for Jackson's language.
I wonder how.
Anyways, long story short, they leave. And he's like trying to get her to go back to his village or whatever. And she's like, yeah, but let's go get my ladies first. And he's like, I can't go up there. That's the Forbidden Mound. And she's like, why is it the Forbidden Mound? And he's like, I just can't tell you. It's just the Forbidden Mound. You are the mother of my planet. So there's clones in this book. But you want to know...
Not the clones that we like.
See, because there's no woman on this planet.
Ew.
So they call them birth givers. And... it's flowers that they pollinate and grow babies.
If you're under 18, please don't watch this. Look at the...
So all the men on this planet come from flowers. Anyways.
They're pulling a Sailor Moon like the ladies that came out of the flowers.
Anyways, so there's dinosaurs that try to eat Sophia, and she shoots the dinosaur and kills it. And he's like, oh, she is the chosen one. She's killed the dinosaur. So he makes a tent that's covered in disgusting, smelly tar to keep the other animals away, the other dinosaurs away. And when she wakes up, she's like, you know what? I almost died today. I'm done being celibate. And this happens a couple times through the book, and it's like really frustrating. Anyways, so they're talking about, also Jackson, we find out over halfway through the book when they finally arrive at the village.
Mm-hmm.
He's the chief, because of fucking course he is. Oh, but guess what? He has like no power compared to the elders, and the elders.
Of course, because the elders are always
the religion guy. They refer to him as the shaman, which I found kind of a little bit offensive in this situation, because they refer to like everyone as savage and that. So that was something that I also have a video plan for this book. And so he proposes that they keep Sophia safe, and the only reason that they'll keep her friends safe is if they agree to be at the full disposal of all the people in the tribe.
Nope. I don't want to hear the rest of that. That's disgusting.
And Sophia says, F you.
Good
And
girl.
they go back, and Jackson has to let her go. He helps her escape. And what happens is she goes with the ladies, and she uses all the stuff she learned with Jackson, because something I hate about Sophia is she is constantly trying to fit herself in that box as I'm the girl who survives till the end of the movie, or I'm the funny girl. You know, it's annoying. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
You didn't have a yawn counter. Sorry, I keep yawning.
And then but pretty much they're there, and then Jackson comes to rescue them because they're being attacked by freaking pterodactyls. And he throws them into the, they call it the can. It's literally, made out of aluminum. And he's got his sword, and he looks and he's like, I may die, but at least I'm dying protecting my chosen mate that the gods have sent to me. And he puts his sword in the ground, and he goes like this, and he waits to die.
What a Matic Beach.
And so they come out of the...
What a beach.
So they come out of the can, right? And Sophia's like, no, Jackson,
My love.
What shall I ever do? All those ridges.
This is a movie I totally would see if you acted it out.
And he lives.
course
She
he does.
heals him with her amazing...
Magical powers.
with her shut up, with her skills that she learned from all the herbs that he used on her when she almost died. And he decides to stay with them. He's like, I don't belong to the tribe anymore. They're all stupid anyways. And, which is great, I guess. But, like, he's in love with her even though it's been, 100 pages. Which,
a day.
this can be done correctly, but the way that this was done was pretty bad.
Pretty rushed.
Pretty bad for me. Honestly, I do plan on maybe perhaps trying another one of these books just to see if there's improvement. What if this was the first one in the series, so maybe it's that. But then they're like leaving to go find another place to maybe find a friendlier tribe.
No.
And they turn around, they're like, we were on a spaceship the whole time.
What the fuck?
And that's the end.
Oh my god, that was awful. Never again. Please don't ever read that book again.
I don't plan on it.
All
Next book.
Next one.
Help me
Last
pick
one.
one. That's a good one.
Dragon Swan.
Dragon's on Sherilyn Kenyon. You picked another rough one. And this one was only 100 pages exactly. Okay, this has Sebastian and, give me a second.
It's kind of ugly.
Shut up. This one has Sebastian and Shannon with a C.
Yep.
Okay, this one has Sebastian and Shannon with a C. I like Sherilyn Kenyon's books. I'm trying to work my way through all of them. I've read a lot of them this year so far. So Sebastian is a dragon shifter. This is the Dark Hunter series that the Chronicle of Nyx is from. Chronicles of Nyx. You'll learn about that later. Anyways, Caleb wasn't happy that I decided that we're gonna read this because I have to show you that book over there. Caleb's in that book over there, and he's so pissed off.
I legit have to tell Maria. I'm like really obligated now.
Anyways, it's a dragon shifter, and his name's Sebastian, and he has the power to control a woman if he really wanted to.
Disgusting!
Anyways, I like Sherilyn Kenyon's book, so me adjusting on this book has nothing to do with her more previous stuff. Can you shut the fuck up for a second so I can describe the goddamn book? I love you, but I am telling you about this, okay? It is important that you understand that what I read is amazing, okay?
Continue. You have to finish it with some... Do that.
I don't need to because my point was made. Anyways, so Sebastian Sebastian is there to steal a tapestry from like forever ago, from literally the Middle Ages, because this is what Shannon coincidentally is a professor in. Mm-hmm. She's a professor for the Middle Ages, and she's there on a work trip because she wants to teach about it, and she's in love with it, and it has to do with dragons. I don't remember what it's called. Anyways, I freaked out halfway through the book because I was like, oh god. There's Old English on my page.
You don't know Old English?
I don't know Old English. And I thought that my Kindle was glitching. It was not glitching, it was Middle English. It was Old English, not Middle English, sorry. Pretty much, they meet, they go to dinner together, and he's like, please, I bungled this up. He's canonically got a British accent mixed with a Greek accent.
I don't know how I feel about that.
He has a British accent and a Greek accent, if I remember correctly.
I honestly don't know how I feel about that.
Well, I don't know how to do a Greek accent. That's something we'd have to ask you, but I don't think... No, I think he is usually an Italian accent, and he just hides it really well. Anyways, pretty much, so they have dinner together, and she takes him to her hotel room because she doesn't live there, and they have their time together. They enjoy themselves. They have a good time together. Okay. And then they're sitting there laying down, and then his hand starts to burn, and he looks at his hand, and he's got his mate mark. It only shows up for, well, in this universe, there's these people, they're called Apollites, and they're the descendants of Apollo, and they're cursed by Apollo. We hate Apollo. We do. With a burning passion.
Like the sun. Anyways.
We hate him. Okay. And as much as I want that character to die, if he dies, the sun canonically dies, so we literally cannot kill off Apollo in this series. But I vote we bring Helios back so we can get rid of Apollo. Anyways, we also don't like Artemis, but for a different reason.
You shouldn't say that out loud because it's going to be Jason because one of his friends' name is Artemis.
It's not the same person, so
Okay,
you can back
continue.
off. So they're called the, so there's this king and he married an Apollite, but he didn't know she was an Apollite, and then she died, but he had 2 sons by her. And he's like, God, my children are going to die this horrible death too, I don't want that to happen. So he rounded up a bunch of Apolites and experimented on them, and finally he spliced their DNA together with animal DNA, and he ended up having 4 children instead of 2 children because there's an animal heart and there's a human heart, okay? And this dragon is actually one of the human-based dragons, I think, an Arcadian. Yeah, he's an Arcadian. So something that when I was reading Seize the Night, that's one of the other books that has Red and Tigerian in it. One of the things he says is it's impossible for a human and an animal to be mates. Okay?
Boy, were they wrong!
But here's the thing, in this novella, this is proven wrong, because he is one of the Arcadians who has a animal side to himself. Also, I had commentary about that I thought was interesting. And his mate ends up being this human woman named Shannon. Well,
With a C.
With a C. Shannon with a C. He kidnaps her and takes her back to the Middle Ages. And she's just okay with it.
Okay, have fun with the dead black
She's just
plague.
so okay with that. Because she's so excited because this is what she focused on. And apparently the bread is sweet back then or whatever. And they get in a dragon fight almost immediately. Guess what's poisonous to dragons?
Sweet bread.
Dragonbane.
Oh my god, could they not have been more creative?
I really think this is one of Sherilyn's older books.
Okay.
One of her earlier on ones when she was world building. Because some of the things that are said, like Sebastian was like, he wanted to right now with her, and he could make her if he wanted to, and she wouldn't know that it wasn't her wanting that. But he wouldn't do that because his culture, it's responsible enough to make sure that everyone is consenting. Like, it should be like that no matter the culture. But then, like, also there's, like, a spelling error that I noticed, that she never has spelling errors, okay? She must pay really good editors to double, triple check on everything, which you're supposed to do. But she herself is just talented, and I love how she writes. But there's, like, 2 words were put together, and it really threw me off because that never happens. Anyways, and I think it's interesting that it's dragon swan. Because something swan, I notice, is usually used when it's a female shifter.
Ah.
But
this time it's a guy.
It's a guy shifter. So I may be misunderstanding that. So there's a lot of contradictions in here. But also, here's the thing, is Sebastian talks about his 2 halves fighting the man and the beast, and how he pit them against each other so that he wouldn't force her to be his forever mate until she wanted to be his forever mate. Which, it's like he's distanced himself from himself. And as people who are able to distance themselves from themselves, it was for a moment, it was like,
Pardon?
Pardon me?
Hello?
What is
that?
on that page?
Not okay.
But it was clearly not meant to be like that, but it was something I noticed that was interesting. One thing I love about Insta Uncannime stuff is her dialogue is amazing. Okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna have to show you some later on. But yeah, anyway, she ends up deciding to stay with him, and they have sleep fun times in a alternate dimension while their bodies are sleeping. And they become mates for forever, and they end up living there, and Shannon makes him visit the future every couple months, because that's something Arcadians can do, by the way, is they can time travel.
Oh my god, they're so OP.
They're very OP. Does Caleb make more sense to you? Right?
Oh, it makes so much more sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make more sense why Caleb's so grumpy all the time. And they have indefinite lives, by the way.
Of course, because dragons are eternal.
Well, no, like just the animal shifters. They have an indefinite lifespan. It's very different from a human lifespan. It's very interesting.
Oh, that means that blank and blank are gonna live forever.
Not necessarily. But yeah. So it was okay. That one I think I rated as a 2. I usually rate her stuff as a 3 minimum. That one was a 2 because it was rocky. It was only 100 pages. I finished it in 2 hours. And that was because I was distracted doing things while reading it. I didn't tell them we were doing this.
No, I had no idea.
Yeah. I love you.
I love you
Thank
too.
you.
You're welcome. Thank you for telling me
about books and for helping so much.
You're very welcome. And Hamlet.
Oh yeah,
Hamlet.
Thank you, Hamlet. Alright, peace, love, chicken grease. Bye, Danger Noodles. Remember to
Bye.
hydrate. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and
Take
subscribe.
your medicine, eat some food, be good.
I love the positive words. Can I talk now?
Yes.
Yes, awesome. Thank you. Okay, if you're new here and you haven't watched yet, we used to be a specifically cosplay and anime channel. Now it's very much book reviews. We still watch anime and stuff. I'm gonna have to get you to watch Chainsaw Man. Well,
Okay.
Caleb will probably get you guys to watch Chainsaw Man
He
because
and
he's
Roy
in
can
love
watch
with Chainsaw Man so much. He loves Denji. It's the weirdest thing. It's like all over inside here. I love reading the System Notebook. It's so funny. Anyways, if you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe if you'd like to. It really helps us out. Go ahead and comment any books you'd like us to read and review. Any ideas for those? I'm always looking for books to read. As you can see. But yeah, until we see you next time, Danger Nails, glad to be back. Bye!
Bye!